Is Christopher Nolan secretly making Green the Lantern Corps? Almost certainly not, but let's talk about it anyway, just for fun. Nolan is getting ready to shoot a new movie, and so far, he is keeping it under tight lock and key. Warner Brothers also isn't saying anything about it, even though casting is well underway, with John David Washington, BlacKkKlansman, Robert Pattinson, Good Time, and Elizabeth Debicki, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, recently coming on board. Since there is little to no information out there, the internet has been left to speculate wildly. And that wild speculation has led some to think, or perhaps just hope, that Nolan is directing the Green the Lantern Corps movie. Let's reiterate, there is almost no way this is true. The idea of Christopher Nolan returning to do a new DC movie would be too big to keep a secret. Somebody would have figured this out by now. Even so, it's doubtful that Nolan would be interested in doing such a thing at this point in his career. He's far more interested in telling his own stories. That said, this isn't coming purely from a place of wishful thinking. Still, we caution that nobody should get their hopes up on this one. It's just one of those pleasurable, silly things to entertain in a devil's advocate sort of way. Here are the bare bones of it. At one point, Warner Brothers had Green the Lantern Corps dated for July 17, 2020. That just so happens to be the exact date that Christopher Nolan's next movie is coming out. We also know that this was going to be a buddy cop movie of sorts, with the Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart versions of the character set to feature. Following this theory, people are hoping that it would be Robert Pattinson as Hal Jordan and John David Washington as Jon Stewart, and those are both casting decisions that would be totally believable. Related, Justice League Green the Lantern cameo spoiled by Big Bang Theory. At this point, all we know about Christopher Nolan's new movie is that it's going to be a massive, innovative, action blockbuster. That could be a Green the Lantern movie, sure, but is it? Almost definitely not. Even some of those who have started talking about it on Twitter have exercised a great deal of skepticism, despite whatever wishful thinking exists. Last we heard, Geoff Johns was writing the movie and, according to previous reports, Christopher Nolan penned the script for his new mysterious project himself. This feels like one of those things that could easily spiral out of control in the rumor mill, simply because it's so tantalizing. This is the man who made The Dark Knight. Just imagine what he could do with something like Green the Lantern Corps. It's a prospect that's hard not to drool over just a bit. Then again, who knows what could be up his sleeve? This could be the next Inception. There are plenty of people who could probably make a great DC movie, but we've got just one Christopher Nolan. We'll see what he and Warner Brothers have in store for us next summer. Coincidence? I think not. #Green Lantern Corps.twitter.com/LGND0WCPRV, Thomas Polito, at ThomasPo003 March 20, 2019. His movie is scheduled for June 17, 2020 release. Green Lantern Corps is scheduled June 19, 2020. Don't know if it still has that release. Imagine R. Pattinson being Hal Jordan, John David Washington as Jon Stewart. Celebratory gesture. I'd be on board 100% at Adam Levotz, Fennec, at KFNIC March 20, 2019. What if Christopher Nolan's untitled event film set for July 2020 is actually the Green the Lantern Corps movie? Ebenezer Bhaskaran, at Note Scrooge March 20, 2019. It's a long shot, but can you imagine if Nolan's next film is actually Green the Lantern Corps? I mean the date, the two leads, it's possible, highly doubtful, but still possible. But imagine. Just imagine, Logan, Us and Endgame hype, at a Logan film March 20, 2019. If Nolan was actually directing Green the Lantern Corps, we would know by now. Y'all are crazy for even entertaining the idea. Mango, Marvel Mode, at Based Garbanzo March 20, 2019. Pattinson and Washington as Hal and John in Nolan's grand epic, Green Lantern Corps. Nah, just kidding. Hand over mouth, embarrassed smiley face. https://t.co/f6r2gn56h1, Chris Wong Swenson #release the Snyder Cut, at Nexus Spong, March 20, 2019. Topics: Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern.